Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode from Pro Engineering. This time we are going to take that servo which is not in the middle and make it in the middle. This is going to allow you to take your servo, remove this little factory brace as well as the rear one, and replace it with these two. They do have two holes that are already in existence and these two parts that will allow you to simply thread directly into these pieces here. So in looking a little bit closer at it, we can see that these are two parts and they're simply joined together with these sprues here. To take them apart, you basically just break them. Hang on a minute here. There we go. So we'll just get that off there. So here's the rear piece and here is the front piece. We can see on the rear that there is some additional heft to these in the screw area for a little bit of reinforcement. And I think overall they're pretty self-explanatory to install. Step one, we have to make this fully operational car no longer operational by cracking the whole thing open. So I am going to do that and I will be back very soon with the magic that is video editing. So I might have taken this apart slightly more than I should have, but the reason that I've done this is because we are taking this and getting rid of it and replacing it with the Bush Devil chassis. This comes out of the UK from a chap named Rich, also known as Finman on Tamiya Club. So I must thank you for hooking me up with this brand new Bush Devil chassis. Project Poison Dart is going to look absolutely spectacular with this chassis. So Rich, thank you again for hooking me up with it because this is awesome. Well, now that I have this thing disassembled, a little too much. I mean, I think you can very easily have this thing with the rear end still assembled and just kind of pry it apart and put these in. So like the stock one, there's a little notch right there, and that will fit into the little notch in the chassis here. The rear piece, you want to have the text oriented like this, and then take your other side of the chassis and squish those two together. A little hard to do through the viewfinder, and okay, and there we have it. Now, once more, with the magic of video editing, all this will magically become reassembled. I've got the bulk of the chassis reassembled, so right now I'm going to take the servo and just drop it in where it would normally belong, slide that up, and place it just like that. Now, as I mentioned, all the holes are pre-drilled. This is going to fit a standard size servo. Now, if you did have a bit of a smaller one, these can be pulled closer or pushed back if it's a little larger than a standard one. Several of the servos I have are a bit undersized. I've got a lot of vintage ones as well, and a number of the existing central mounted servo units that are available had slots for specific servo sizes, and I did not want to be constrained by that. I'm going to install this now. I'll take these screws that originally held the servo in. These are M3 self-tapping screws, and simply drive them right on in. Now, as with nylon, when these stop, you're done. They do not need to be torqued. They are not going to back out. So I'll put one there. I'll put one right here in the front. These do not need to be drilled out any longer. The hole diameter straight from Shapeways is the correct size. So just take your 3mm self-tapping M3 and you're good to go. I'm going to put in the other two and I'll be right back. Well, the car is basically all buttoned up again. You see the servo has been installed. What is left now is to cut new tie rods. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a length to tell you because the length of the tie rod will depend on a number of things. First off, it would depend on the geometry of the servo saver. It'll depend on the type of tie rod end or ball cup. And so it's very difficult for me to tell you exactly how long it is. My suggestion is install the ball end on the servo horn and on the spindle and simply cut to length. I prefer using M3 threaded rod because it's very, very inexpensive and it can be used for multiple projects. Turnbuckles tend to be a little prettier because maybe they have the hex at the center where you can adjust the length of the rod very easily, but their price is quite high. Unfortunately, I am completely out of threaded rod, so I cannot complete this right now. However, I think we have gone sufficiently far for you to continue on. I think as of now, Project Poison Dart is looking pretty slick all blue. As you can see, the body is not painted yet, so we'll have to figure that out soon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been kind of a interesting little project because I really had no intention of doing this servo modification until I built my Project Mud Blaster when I discovered the problems with the off-centered servo. So this will be a nice little upgrade here. I know a lot of you are looking for Superfly 2.0, and I did want to tell you that I have actually got it operational, and it is unbelievable to drive. It is just awesome. But while I was building that, I also went ahead and whipped up a cage. Now, many of you have seen this roll cage on Superfly 1, and this in fact has been available for quite some time, but this one is a little bit different. This cage is designed to fit underneath the body of the Tamiya Hornet without any modifications at all. So this will give you all that structural integrity without any modification externally to the body. So you can have a bone stock looking Hornet X on the outside, but on the inside you've got a fully reinforced chassis. So this one will be coming up soon, but we have to finish Superfly 2.0. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a neat little project. Lots more to come. If you like these types of videos, please subscribe and go ahead and like and comment below. I'm always excited to see what you think of these designs. Before you take off, check out the band Blue Pinto. Their information can be found in the end credits. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.